So we'll get started here now with Mike Hastings here post-practice on Wednesday afternoon as MSU preparing for a road trip to Lake Superior State. Let's talk a little bit, Mike, about the St. Thomas series and then maybe your thoughts on the Mavericks heading on the road to Sault Ste. Marie to take on the Lakers.
Yeah, first of all, with St. Thomas is our initial voyage into playing Thursday, Saturday. So it's a little bit different. I was really impressed with the crowd that we had here on Thursday. I thought that game was probably the most complete 60-minute games that we've had this year. We got to a good start. And then we were able to extend it. We had 3 goals in less than a minute to have it go from 1 to 4. And that kind of stuff to a good start. And then going up on Saturday with the day off in between, St. Thomas made a really good push. We were able to get a lead and then just stayed on it. And I thought we were rewarded for that. Towards the end of the game, we took some penalties, gave an opportunity 5-on-3, but I thought Bryden McKay was really good and allowed us to be able to get that game 5-0. So it was a good weekend for us. Anytime that you can sweep in our league, I think it's a very good weekend. And now we're going to be heading up to a place that's a difficult place to play this year. Lake State has played very well at home. They've gone through some issues of having players on the lineup here the last 2 weekends, but I think we're going to be up against a healthy and excited group to play us going to Lake Superior State.
Great, thanks for that, Mike. Kevin Dudley, you have a couple questions for Mike Hastings.
Mike, just wanted to ask about Akito Hirose. He wasn't in the lineup last week, and I wonder if he had any update on his status ahead of this series with Lake State.
Yeah, he's still right now. He's day to day, but he won't be making the trip with us. I do feel he's going in a really good direction, and that will be available the following week.
And then maybe I'll just ask about Lake State. Obviously, that's a team that I think has, a few really quality wins this year. Like you say, they've been battling with some guys out of the lineup. What have you kind of seen from them on film here in the last few weeks?
Well, first of all, I think Damon and his staff do a phenomenal job. They're always so well prepared, and all the details, power play, penalty kill, their details on face-offs. I think they play a game that tailors to the talent. And we've got a big defensive core that's surrounded by a group of forwards that I think can be special. You see what they did a year ago. Louis Bedoin, I think, is one of the most complete players that I've seen on tape. And going back from last year to what he's doing this year, I think he's got 20 points, which is on the top 2 or 3 in the country. He really makes them go. And they're a team that plays a real strong team game. They come out in a group of 5. They attack in a group of 5. I think they're good at transitioning you when you make mistakes through the neutral zone. So our ability to the special team battle first, and then not creating their offense, because I think that they're a team that can take you and beat you off the rush. Power plays in a place where I think they feel comfortable exchanging power plays with you. So to me, you take all that, and I think that they're going to be hard out in their own building.
You have another one?
Yeah. Ask about Jake Livingstone. He's coming off a real good weekend. He's not someone we've talked about a ton, but third in the country among defensemen in scoring. It just seems like he's putting together a real good, consistent season, isn't he? Yeah,
he has. His offensive game, I think his comfort level there has really followed him throughout his time in junior hockey to even last year. And now I think he's just playing with a confidence with the puck that allows him to really be effective, whether it's on the power play 5-on-5. And really what he's trying to do is just continue to round out his game. His focus recently has been a little bit more on his defensive game and being able to be a guy that gets called in all situations, whether that's killing penalties, being up by a goal late, and having your number called at the most important time to defend, as well as being able to create offensively. He's a guy you like seeing at the rink every day. I enjoy seeing Jake. He's got a smile on his face, and he's a guy that's just continuing to try and run with his game and be effective for us no matter what type of game we're in.
Final question. All right. Thanks, Mike. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah.
Nice. How you doing?
Good.
How you doing?
Good. Joined now by sophomore defenseman Jake Livingstone. Jake, coming off a week in which you were named CCHA Defensive Player of the Week, a couple wins over St. Thomas. How about a comment on how the season has gone so far for you and for the Mavericks?
I think as a team, we've been doing a good job. Kind of just getting those wins and stuff when we need them and battling through some games. I mean, we've had some tough situations with guys being out of lineup here and there. So we've kind of been doing a good job as a team for sure. And obviously, as a team, if the whole team's going, usually personally is usually doing pretty well. So I believe the team and myself have been doing pretty well.
Okay, we have Kevin Dudley here from the Mankato Free Press. Kevin, do you have a question for Jake?
Jake, I think your offensive game has been noted, for several years. People who followed you in the BCHL, saw the point totals, but it seems like you've taken yet another step this season. You're playing power play. Maybe just talk about, your comfort level with your offensive game right now here early in this season.
Yeah, I believe that just kind of the whole team in general kind of allows me to do that. Guys having my back and supporting me. Obviously, my deep partners being good, reliable defensemen. Offensively, it's been good. I'd like to get back to being more of a two-way guy and defending better and kind of adjusting that way and keeping it that way. But I believe offensively, I've been doing pretty well. But it also helps other teammates have been doing really well as well.
Another question, Kev?
Last year, Jake, you were in a pair a lot with Captain Reese Samolik. Now you find yourself in a pair with, the captain again, Wyatt Amat. This year, it seems like a lot. Maybe talk about playing with Wyatt, his similarities to Reese and your new partner this year.
Yeah, I believe that they're both just kind of hard nosed, like good defensively, can shut down plays. They work hard, and they just do a really good job in the D zone as well as they move pucks well. And Wyatt has a good shot too, so in the offensive zone he's pretty lethal as well as Reese. Reese is a smart hockey player, so is Wyatt. So they're both just pretty similar. They have different things that you got to get used to, so it's a little bit of adjustment. But I played with Wyatt last year as well, a little bit in the tournament and stuff, so I got used to him a little bit. But they're both just huge for my development, good leaders and stuff like that. So like I said before, if I was getting points or not, they have a huge part in that, just being on the ice with me and helping me develop as a player.
As far as the power play, we've seen you some on the first unit, sometimes in the second. You and Keto seem to switch a little bit around on that. Your power play, it seems like, is clicking really well, both units. We saw, the second unit, I think you were on the second unit 2 weekends ago, score a couple of goals, 3 goals, I think, against Bowling Green. How well do you feel like your power play is clicking right now?
I believe we're doing pretty well. There's some days that it's not as good as others, but that's the thing with everything. PK, some weekends, obviously it's not as good as others, but I believe we're kind of just finding our groove right now, trying to find what works and what's happening. Like just with guys being out too, it's hard that way, which we've been adjusting well, I think, and we just kind of got to keep pushing, moving the puck well, and just getting pucks on that.
Well, it is interesting, Jake, without Akito. Mike mentioned that Akito's not going to be able to play this weekend. And so what that does is open up some minutes, probably for yourself. You're probably getting a few more minutes because of that. So how is it without, of course, you came in with Akito and played against him, I guess, in the BCHL. How is it amongst the defensive core? What does it mean to our team to not have a guy like Akito Horos in the lineup?
It's tough, obviously. He's a good guy. He's good on the bench. He's lethal out there. He does a good job offensively and defensively. He moves the puck well. It's just, we know, though, that we got guys in our depth that can come in and fill a spot. Kind of, I wouldn't say do just as good of a job, but do the job enough so that we can get the job done. We get the 3 points one night. So, it's always good in a way. It's kind of a blessing in disguise for some of those guys who haven't got a chance in the lineup yet, like Steve. And he's going to get a chance probably this weekend, I'd imagine, with guys being out. So if you just kind of look at it that way and just be happy for those guys instead of down for the guys who are out of the lineup.
Anything else, Kev? No, okay, we're good. Thanks a lot, Jake. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.